Good morning, VIP teachers. So I used to do this thing where I would read what I was reading every morning, but I would read it to you as I was reading it. But now I like that private time, but I still want to share with you. So I'm going to share with you what I read this morning, what stuck out to me. And I've already read it way early this morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning. But here's what stuck out to me. And I really, by the way, I enjoy reading one chapter a day, and I'm reading it before classes, before coffee, before tea, before all of that, so that I know I did it. And not just that, because I want to know God more and I want to get closer to Him, because I know He didn't die on the cross just for me to, and raise to life again just for me to go to heaven, but so that I can live for Him, and He can work through me. And I know that, so I hope that you are encouraged as well. So I read Psalm 145 today, and I think during the season of quarantine and whatever you want to call it, social distancing and stuff, I believe this is important. And also, brain break after classes. You know how you get that, like, I just want to be left alone. I just need to relax. What releases that for me is calming down, you know, obviously stepping away from the computer for a little bit and praise and worshiping, literally out loud, just as if you were in church, but even better because no one's around, so they don't have to stare at you. You don't have to worry about them looking at you. Sing as loud as you can. I might post a little bit of that in this to encourage you. But this is Psalm chapter 1. I'm still shaking from praise and worship. Chapter 145. And the theme is, because I have the NIV version, it has extra notes, but it says the theme is, a time will come when all people will join together in recognizing and worshiping God. Because God is full of love, He satisfies all who trust in Him. And the author is David. So the same David that threw the stones and killed Goliath. Okay, 145, a psalm of praise of David. And I'm going to read the whole thing. It's verses 1 to 21. It's not that long. If you want to open your Bible, or if you want to download the YouVersion app on your telephone, on your iPhone. Okay, 145. I will exalt you, my God, the King. I will praise your name forever and ever. Every day I will praise you and extol your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. His greatness no one can fathom. One generation commends your works to another. They tell of your mighty acts. They speak of the glorious splendor of your majesty, and I will meditate on your wonderful works. They tell of the power of your awesome works, and I will proclaim your great deeds. They celebrate your abundant goodness and joyfully sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and rich in love. The Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all He has made. All your works praise you, Lord. Your faithful people extol you. They tell of the glory of your kingdom and speak of your might, so that all people might know of your mighty acts. And the glorious splendor of your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures through all generations. The Lord is trustworthy in all He promises and faithful in all He does. The Lord upholds all who fall and lifts up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. You open your hand and satisfy the desires of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all His ways and faithful in all He does. The Lord is near to all who call on Him, to all who call on Him in truth. He fulfills the desires of those who fear Him. He hears their cry and saves them. The Lord watches over all who love Him, but all the wicked He will destroy. My mouth will speak in praise of the Lord. Let every creature praise His holy name forever and ever. So that's what stuck out to me. If you can see it, there's a lot of stuff that stuck out, but this part, especially when people are running to the stores, making sure they're stocking up on food, this sticks out to me. The eyes of all, this is verse 15. So this is Psalm 145, verse 15. The eyes of all look to you. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. God's going to take care of you in His timing, in His way. Pray to Him, obey, and listen. He speaks in a still whisper. Most often, it's a still whisper. It's this deep down still whisper. And read His truth so you know it has to match up. If it's God, it has to match up. Happy teaching.